Hey there, good morning. Happy Saturday. How you doing, guys? Let's do some tactics. Training tactics. So I'm gonna warm up on chest tempo. And of course you cannot see the whole board as expected, so let me fix this crop for you. 1 second, not this one, this one. This goes down, this goes up, this goes up. Okay, I'll fix it for this and then I'll fix it for chess.com. Okay, I guess I can crop a little in the top. And then a little less in the bottom. Something like this, maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Let's try to make the board as big as I can. Okay, here we go. I'm going to start with very easy problems to warm up. Let's do 10 or so. I hope you can see the board. Let me see. Yes, you can see the board. Okay, so let's start. Oh, let me reset this session. I have a counter here down. You cannot see it. Reset. So let's do 10 from now. Next. One. As you can see, so these are easy problems, but you know, just to warm up with the patterns. Rook g8. Rook g8 is the shortest, isn't it? Sometimes some problems are easy because they have many solutions that work. Even if you don't find the shortest, you will not fail it. They will say, okay, that's a good move, but keep trying. So eventually people solve them. But yeah, when there are many solutions, they are not so obvious as other puzzles. All right, next. My excuses for my eating here. Yeah, queen takes h4 was a valid alternative here too. Mm. Okay, let's change it. Something higher, high rated. No, he had many pieces to block them. This bishop g7. d5, bishop g7. What do our rooks do? I'm too slow. I think I'm still sleeping. Ay. d5, bishop g7, d6. And if the rook moves, we take with the bishop on d7. And then after queen takes, if the rook moved to c8, he might be saving the position. Rook e7 then. Rook e7. Hey Roken. Vaya horas. I'm ill. So I spend more time than usual in bed. The more stream, the better. Interesting. I'm really tempted to do queen takes rook, but it's not good, is it? I don't see a proper difference between bishop e5 first and queen takes rook, I think they lead to the same position. But maybe queen takes e7 is more forcing. Queen takes e7, queen takes e7, bishop takes e5. Queen has to defend the knight. And I don't like the outcome of that. Queen takes f8 is another crazy idea. Bishop d7 should not work. Queen takes f6 is... queen takes f6 is so obvious, Pepe. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I know. We're horrible. Yes, we are. I have my own excuse. I'm still very sleepy. I didn't wake up properly yet. That's why I'm working. That's why I'm warming up with these exercises. I have no excuse. Oh, it was funny. The first line I saw, d5, can I put moves on the board? Yeah. So he did 95 here, which is interesting. The one I thought was bishop g7 to defend the knight. And then I thought d6 was the winning move, and according to these lines here, d6 is the winning move, yeah. And then it says rook c2, which I didn't expect. I expected rook c8 to defend the back rank. See, Vito. Vito, no. And then this was an interesting line. Bishop takes d7. He cannot take with the knight because of the checkmate on g7, so he has to do this, and then this was the idea. Alright, next pass. Let's try to solve. This was 1. I'm going to try and solve 5 in this set. And then I move to either chess.com or a high-rated set. Probably I moved to chess.com already. Because I don't have much time today to do this. King takes b8. You have just Tempo paid account or something? Yes, I do, Roken. Because I don't know how to put sets. Yeah, no, it's paid. When you pay, it's very cheap. Chess Tempo is very cheap, and I usually pay only during the 3 or 4 months that I'm playing the chess league. But this year I paid the whole year because it's really cheap. Yeah. And you can create your own sets and with lots of filters. I have several. Yeah. Okay. So if I trade everything and then take the queen, white is regaining the piece, but we're threatening a rook on d1 with a knight. What's the most forcing here? I mean, if we take on d1, he takes on e8, and we're losing material for sure. If we take on b8 with the bishop, he takes on e7, and we're pretty much forced to take back on e7. And then he moves the rook on d1. Nah. But if I take on b8 with the rook, and he takes on e7, I take on f4. Nah. I take on d1. Then he takes on d6. Not good. We start a piece up, right? Maybe I should just count the pieces. We have a piece for 2 pawns. So what's wrong about trading everything and then losing a piece? Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah. I think bishop takes b8. If rook e7, rook e7. If he wants to regain the piece, he cannot, because the rook is hanging on d1. Maybe this is the simplest puzzle ever, but I'm too slow. Oof that. It's good that, okay, you cannot see it, but on the left we have the tags, and the first tag is counting. Counting is important in this puzzle. Realize you're a piece up. Okay, next puzzle. Let's do 3 more. Queen b6. Alright, queen c8 is really tempting, but no more checks then, and then I have a problem. Queen a8, on the other hand, gives a knight fork on nowhere because king d7. Sometimes I always do a quick count before solving every puzzle. Yeah, I should do that every time. I should do that every time. Is this chess.com? No, Salty, this is chesstempo.com. Not just to understand things better, but also to practice. Yeah. For example, here we have a pawn. Yeah, we're a pawn up. Queen c8, king e7, and what do I do with? Oh, and then queen takes rook. Obviously. Okay, that's a very forcing line. Yeah, nothing to calculate. Yeah. Yay, exchange up. Okay, next one. Perpetual stalemate. Hello, how are you doing? Okay, bishop c3 is tempting, but after rook e2, d4, cannot calculate. I mean, if I'm gonna do that, why don't I take just on b2 first? Bishop takes b2. Because bishop takes b2, there might be rook takes d5, and bishop moves rook d1 and rook b1. So bishop c3 might be better than bishop takes b2. But maybe rook c8 is another idea. Rook c8, if f takes e5, rook c2, and rook f2, and I resign. Or maybe not d4, e6, king g7, h6 check, yes, I resign. So bishop c3, rook takes d5, bishop takes b2, rook d1. No, you don't resign. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. What is tempting to me is to take on b2, or to play bishop c3, or to take on b2, both of them. And I think white can take the d5 pawn no matter. What do I choose? For example, bishop c3, rook takes d5, bishop takes b2, rook d1. So I better win a tempo there with bishop takes. The problem with bishop takes b2 is he might be in time to do rook takes b2. d4, king f2, d3, king e1. And he's in time to defend everything. So bishop takes b2 might be a huge blunder. Now bishop c3, rook takes d5, bishop takes b2, Rook d1. And then where do I put the bishop? Anywhere, I guess. Am I missing something? Because I'm not really sure about these lines. I feel I have to calculate more, but I'm not in the mood to calculate more yet. So I'm gonna throw the move and see if it works. Ah, okay, if he takes, then it's easy. Okay, got lucky there. To be honest, I didn't feel there was any other chance. But yeah, I thought he could try this. California. And here I wasn't sure where to put the bishop. Yeah, that's for whistles, not for songs. I don't think I'm gonna play music now that I'm doing tactics. No, I need to take this tactics session seriously, and when I put music I get too distracted. Yeah, I guess every move is good here. Every move with the bishop, I mean. The idea being I'm gonna bring the rook to a1, so it doesn't really matter where the bishop is, I think, because this king is not in time to attack it, for example, there. Any of the board tournaments soon? Yeah, this afternoon I play an important game against a strong opponent, so yeah. Okay, let's do 14, let's do one more in this set. And then I move to chess.com for a moment, and then if I do the tactics in chess.com fast, I will be back here doing some more advanced ones. But I need to leave like in 1 hour, so you have to reach 2550 and be the best Pepe in Spain. No, I will never be better than Pepe Cuenca. Even if I reach a rating higher than him, I will not be better than him. He's the best. Okay, bishop b5. If Cuenca ran for his money, he's doing a PhD or something. I thought he finished the PhD. I thought, maybe I'm wrong. I wasn't really following him for the last times. All right, this position, PhD in what? He's like an engineer of some kind. I cannot tell. Something very related to mathematics. Something really related to maths. Maybe something. Cannot tell really. Some kind of engineer. Just commentary. All right. This position is totally equal from a material point of view. He's attacking our bishop that is hanging on a4. We have knight c5 to defend it, only move to defend it. Or we can trade on b5, or we can find a tactic like bishop a7. Knight takes a5, crazy. Knight takes a5, then we take on b5, threatening the fork on c6. That's one idea. So after knight takes a5, he has to attack our knight and then take our knight. Knight takes a5, queen a6, bishop takes b5. Rook takes b5 also move. No, yes, also move because it defends the bishop on e5. I think it's math stuff. Yeah, I think it's math stuff. Something related to math, but since he was doing it in Germany, it might be not just math. It might be like math and something. Yeah, applied to something. He mentioned it a few times. Yeah. Hey Quartillo, good morning. Are you ready for the game? Because Master Quartillo is playing with our team for the first time this afternoon. his first official game. Of course you're ready, yeah. I'm not ready yet. I'm trying to be. Okay, so knight takes a5, queen a6, bishop takes b5, rook takes b5, or even queen takes a5. Queen takes a5, I might have rook c5 or might not. And then some kind of bishop b6. Not an easy tactic, is it? Oh, sometimes the simplest is the better, isn't it? Yeah, okay. Ay. This is why I need to warm up. Thankfully, in a game it's gonna be easier for me to see this tactic than a more sophisticated one. Next puzzle. Okay, let's do one more. And then I move to chess.com. Okay, that rook is undefended on a7. That strikes to me. So bishop b4. Bishop b4. Is that winning an exchange? Okay, material is not so equal. 1 pawn, 2 pawns, 3 pawns. We're 3 pawns down, so so maybe just winning an exchange is not enough. I was thinking something like bishop b4, rook e8, bishop c5, rook c7, bishop somewhere. But yeah, winning an exchange shouldn't be enough. So bishop takes e5. It's also an interesting move, since the knight cannot take it. And another interesting idea could be to try and trap that queen. That queen might get trapped somehow. For me, it's harder in games. On Chess Tempo, you know there must be a tactic and you keep looking. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, over the board, it's all about smelling. And the thing is, over the board, you're usually more focused on the last move, which is usually a good hint. Like, you're very into the position because you've been there for quite a while, then your opponent does a move that you didn't expect, then you smell, there must be something here, and you look for it. It's totally different from puzzles. In puzzles, sometimes you use the hint of the last move, like here, rook a7. I mean, the rook was attacked, so it's a normal move. But why rook a7 is a blunder and not rook b8? That could give us a hint. I still think I would play rook a7 instead of rook b8 because of rook b8, bishop takes e5. But yeah, sure, when you're over the board, there's no one that comes to whisper to you, hey, it's white to move and win. You have to not just smell when there are tactics, you also need to assess the position, which is a very tough thing to do in chess. For example, in Lichess puzzles, you know you're always winning. In Chess Tempo or Chess.com, at least you need to, sometimes you need to draw. Sometimes to win, sometimes to draw, but it's usually easy to assess because when it's to draw, it's because you're clearly losing. But when you're playing over the board, it's not so easy to assess whether you should be playing for the win or not. The knight can't recapture on e5. Yeah, that's what I thought, but the problem is we're 3 pawns down. If I take that pawn, I really need a further threat. So that's why I was considering for the last seconds that trapping the queen could be a more interesting plan, if there's a way to trap that queen, which I don't see. I don't see a way to trap that queen. For the moment, the queen has 2 squares, b3 and c4, and it's not like we can play bishop d5. It would be nice to play bishop d5, but we cannot. And of course c4 is a very risky square for the queen, as long as our rook is on c1. But if we go with the rook to a1, as Rocking is suggesting, then after queen c4 we have no good threat on that queen. Like bishop d4 would hang a bishop, Rocking. The rook is no longer on c1. Yeah, and if I go to cover the b3 square with bishop c2, then the c4 square is not, again, not so risky for him, I guess. It might be if we start with bishop b4, for example, but then b2 is hanging. Bishop b1 maybe to start with. That would be, given the level of the puzzles, I'm assuming there's something obvious that we're missing, because I can't believe bishop b1 could be the solution. Bishop b1, queen a4, queen c4, queen b3, queen a1, too many options. Bishop b1, let's say queen b3, and we have nothing. Always attack the queen. Rawr. Oh, what about bishop takes knight and queen takes e5? He has to play f6 then. Ah, no. He could have taken with the f-pawn, and then g7 would be defended already. Well, bishop takes e5 threatens to play bishop b8, and if rook e7, bishop d6. So bishop takes e5 threatens to win an exchange, but being 3 pawns down, are we interested in taking a pawn and an exchange? Oof, that. Oh, this is tough, isn't it? I would love to play something like bishop takes e5 and then next move queen f3, effectively trapping his queen, but then I would hang the bishop on e5. And if I do bishop b4 followed by queen f3, then he can take on b2. Oh, but taking on b2 doesn't save the queen. So bishop b4 and queen f3, look at that. Bishop b4, and assuming he saves the exchange, which of course black is not forced to. Oh yeah, but we're threatening to take a full rook, because after bishop takes f8 we have queen takes bishop, rook takes bishop. So bishop b4, maybe he saves the rook. Bishop b4, rook e8, queen f3. And the idea is his queen is effectively trapped after that. Or at least that's what I think. Rook a1, rook b1, and the queen has no squares. But of course after queen f3 he can try knight h4. But No, the only thing our queen has to do is to control a3, so queen e3, and yeah, I think I like that. I think that's trapping the queen. Bishop b4, rook moves, I guess. Queen f3. If queen takes b2, rook b1, queen a2, rook a1, queen back to b2, rook d b1. And the queen has no squares, because our queen defends e2, the bishop from b4 defends d2. Huh. Oh, c4 is available. Wait. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. After bishop b4, rook e8, queen f3, queen takes b2, rook b1, queen a2, rook a1, there's queen c4. Yeah. No. I don't know, guys. I'm gonna do a random move. It's been too much time with this one. Okay. So far, so good. So queen f3 doesn't work, does it? Queen f3, queen takes b2, rook b1, queen a2. That's all forced. I don't know. Maybe we need to play for the exchange. Bishop c5. One second, guys. This is important call. Cheap. Nope. Okay, it's one of my teammates. I hope there's nothing wrong. All right. Okay. He wants to know where do we play. I'll send to him. Bishop c5. Wait, can I start with... No, I cannot. With rook a1, I thought. Can I start with rook c3? No, that's too much. Rook d2, Quartillo? I don't know, that's undefends some stuff. Then I won't trap the queen. Yeah, d2, maybe rook d7. So, the most forcing, bishop c5, rook rook c7. Oh, how can we be so blind? Ooh. Okay, bishop c6. And now, what's the right capture? I guess with the rook. If we take with the bishop and he sacrifices, then he takes on b2. We might lose our bishop. But if we take with bishop, at least we're hitting a rook. I mean, if we take with rook, he takes on b2. We defend the rook like queen d1, and yeah, we're hitting something always. So I guess with the rook. No? ay. So with the bishop, and he says the main line is rook b8. But what about this line? Yeah, my concern was queen takes b2. And that's why I took with the rook, because in this line, after queen takes b2, I guess we're just fine doing this. There's no perpetual there. Yeah, black has nothing here. Maybe rook d7 was the move. Where were we? I mean, rook cc7. Maybe this was the move. I thought this was bad for us. Therefore, I took with the bishop. Sorry, with the rook, which according to this is a mistake, because after rook takes, bishop takes, queen takes, we're not winning according to chess tempo. Although I thought this was better than the other line. Lol. Because we're hitting the rook. So I thought, okay, here I save my rook, and if he captures my bishop, I take his rook. The problem is he can attack both bishops, right? So let's say instead of... Oh yeah, I thought queen d1 actually, which is the engine move. And then how does the line continue? Rook d8, bishop a5, rook f8. And according to chess tempo, this is only plus 0.30. Being a piece up, but 4 pawns for black. Yeah. Okay, let's move to chess.com. That didn't seem so easy to me. All right. Let's try the puzzle rush. Rush. And now let me fix the crop for you again, because this is chess.com. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Pa. This way. Maybe become a chess.com streamer? Nope. Start. Rawr. That wasn't that easy, was it? Oh, checkmate. Check, take the rook. Check. Probably. Yeah, yeah, because I had 97 in the other line. Yeah. First of all, I'm white. Second, I have a fork. Sometimes the hardest part to me is to see which color am I in some positions, especially in endgames. Check. Niet. Check. Niet. Check. Oh, I have a rook protecting g7. Yeah. So he couldn't go back to f6, which I thought in the first place. Okay, that's a piece. So those were easy. And this is checkmate. And this is... What is this? I'm really tempted to do this, but on knight c7. I don't see anything better. Okay, never mind. Oh, I didn't see that one. It's similar to the previous one, isn't it? All diagonals. All these puzzles are diagonal puzzles. And this was the fastest here. I don't know. Everything wins. Come on. Oh wait, it's force mate? It's force mate, yeah. Okay, then that was the best. Ay, ow, ay. What am I missing here? Yeah, there was a bishop. Well, there was a trick if he moves the queen. Talking about that. Oh, time was over. Okay. Okay. Oof. I'm slow, huh? All right. So that was the puzzle trash. Let's move on to tactics. And now I need to fix the crop again because, of course, chess.com doesn't have the same layout for tactics and for puzzle rush. What's your best? I think we could see it. I think it's like 35 or something like that. Yeah, I think it's 35. Maybe 34 or 36. Something around that. 30 is the usual, I think. Like On a normal day, on a regular day, around 30, yes. Okay, let me fix the crop now for this. Well, it's almost good, this layout, isn't it? I think you can see the board. Let me just do it slightly bigger. Like this. This. And this. Okay. Is that something that can be easily implemented on Lichess? It seems to be quite successful there. I don't know, I guess it can, but you can try this. If you want something similar that you don't have to pay for, you can try Blitz Tactics. Honestly, I don't like the concept of Puzzle Rush. I don't like it. Even if it's addictive, and I know it's addictive for many people, that makes it even worse, I think. Okay, let's start with the tactics. But if you like the concept of doing tactics fast, I like Blitz Tactics. You have several ways there. Yeah, it's no good, exactly. Yeah, to practice some patterns is okay, but I prefer that, for example, like for easy level puzzles, then it's okay to do something like fast to spot the patterns. But when the puzzles get complicated, doing them in a rush, I mean, yeah, I guess for Nakamura, complex patterns are easy. So for him, maybe it's a good thing to practice, but for us. Okay, let's try to solve this tactic. It might be a surviving one, because we're not in good shape. I don't believe we can win this. I don't believe we can win this unless we take the rook, but I don't see that happening. So my first idea would be King d1 here, because if the rook moves to b2, we win the rook. And if the rook moves somewhere else, we take the knight. And if King d1, King b6, I'm assuming after taking... Wait. King d1, King b6, we cannot take the rook, can we? Oh yes, we can, because the knight can only defend the pawn from b3 or f3, and we attack both, and we win the pawn. So we can take the rook on c2. For example, King d1, King b6, King takes rook, Knight f3, King d3, King b6, King e4. If the knight moves, we take the pawn. So King c5, King takes f3, King c4. Are we losing? King e2, King c3, King e1, and we save the game with King e1. No, we didn't. King e1 loses to d3. King d1, d2. Yeah, with his king already on c3, we have a problem. So maybe we cannot take the rook. King d1, King b6. If King takes c2, King takes a7. Knight f3. King d3, King back to b6. The only solution might be King c4, but it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe that we can hold that position. So we cannot take the rook. Okay. What else can we do? Rook d7. Doesn't feel. Are you trying to win? No, I'm trying to draw. The draw looks easy. I don't see the draw easy. Take the horse and go behind the pawn. What? How could I take the horse? I cannot take the horse. That's my problem. That is the problem. I cannot take the knight. If I could, then it would be easy. What do you play after king d1? King b6. That's the whole line I was calculating. King d1, king b6. Give me a second. I need to. I'll be right back. Yeah, king d1, king b6. Actually, one thing I hate about doing tactics on chess.com is that I cannot draw arrows or circles. So I need to speak the moves. And that's not as easy to follow as with arrows. But yeah, king d1, king b6. And I cannot take the rook. If I take the rook, I lose. That's what I was seeing. So I'm assuming we move the rook. But okay, king d1, king b6. If rook a8, king b7. So maybe rook a4. King d1, king b6, rook a4. Rook a4, rook c4. No. Yeah, there's a fork on f3 in the initial position, but no longer there after king d1. So king d1, king b6, rook a4, rook c4. So let's put the king farther away. King d1, king b6, rook a8, king b7, and then rook d8. It's better to put the rook behind the pawn. Yeah, that seems to solve the problem. He cannot defend the pawn. He cannot defend everything. Now the only question is, after king d1, king b7, king b6, do I go rook d7 immediately, or do I go rook a8 and after king b7, rook d8? There might be a difference. There might be a difference. What can the difference be? I don't see the difference. So either rook a8 allows something, or rook d7 allows something that there's not in the other line. I don't see what. I'm gonna do king d1 anyway. Oh, d3. Nice. Okay. Winning, you mean drawing, right? Rook d7, if king c4, rook c7. It seems so. Just checking, double checking, triple checking that everything works. It's a strange final position. It's a strange final position. After rook d7, king c4, rook c7 check, king b3, rook takes c2, pawn takes c2 check, king c1, and it's a strange final position. Instead of taking the knight, we go king c1, and the next move, black needs to stalemate us. If the knight moves, it's stalemate. If the knight doesn't move, he has to move the king, because the pawn cannot move. The king cannot defend the pawn unless he goes king c3, which is a stalemate. So it's a funny final position, but it's a stalemate. Yeah. So probably if king b6, can I go to the analysis board? Yes. In a different window, maybe different layout. Let's see. I hope it's the same layout. So slow. Oh, come on, Chess.com. You had to move the board to the right, didn't you? The magnifier. Yeah, but I can make it bigger or smaller, but I cannot move it to the left like in the other window. Yeah, 1 second. I'm gonna make my cam smaller. Okay. So king d1. If king b6, I think probably both rook a8 and rook d7 lead to the same idea, which is I would do rook a8. Of course, he cannot go here. So probably king b7. rook d8, and there's no way to defend everything, I think. So we're probably heading into a rook versus rook and knight endgame. That's what I would do if I was black, because to be honest, I don't have hopes to win this position. It's nah. So if I was black, I would do something like this or this, one of the two, probably here. Come on. Oof. And then play this drawn endgame. That, okay, it gives some hopes that white might blunder at some point. Okay, let's continue. Next puzzle. Okay, 7. Well, queen takes h6. It's really tempting, because black has no checks, and he will not have checks. I mean, rook e1, king h2, I mean, but no more checks. And black will not have more checks after we go rook h4, so he needs 2 moves to do a check, so But of course, I might be missing something. I tend to miss stuff. Queen takes h6, knight f6, threatening queen takes d4. But then rook h4 anyway. Look at that line. Queen takes h6, knight f6, rook h4, rook e1 check, king h2, knight g4 check, rook takes g4, queen takes f2, check, 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 and we do mate. Okay, so that works. Ah, you say rook g7 and knight f6? Then queen h8 is mate. In that line, queen h8 is mate. Oh. Starting to run out of time, so I'm gonna do the first move, and if it's not this one, okay, bad luck. 95. Same idea to go to g4. So after rook h4, I thought he would go knight g4 to distract our rook, but it's not enough for black. Rook f4 is also tempting now, but then rook g7. Ah, so the knight is protecting the f7 square in some lines. Also, maybe sacrificing on g6, like rook h4, knight takes g6. No, that's checkmate. I think I'm gonna go rook h4 anyway, but so far the puzzle is being too easy. This is a 2500 puzzle. I mean, I didn't consider any other moves besides queen h6 and rook h4. I'm not saying it's obvious, the solution. I'm saying I don't see anything else. So it's really strange that this is so high rated. Okay, next one. Queen takes f8. Wow. This position is complicated. Queen a4 check is tempting. We might have to find either a checkmate, like checkmating black's king, or maybe a stalemate, like then we sacrifice something and we're stalemated. Because of course we're in disadvantage, we're 3 pawns down. The black queen is defended, the black knight is defended, so I don't expect to win material here. I expect to either checkmate him or get stalemated. Okay, queen a4 check, he has two options. Yeah. Okay, maybe I need to find a perpetual. That's the other option. In that case, probably queen e6 makes more sense. Queen e6 check, king b4, queen b6 check, and if he goes back to c4, we repeat. If he goes to the a file, I'm assuming we can repeat queen a6, then queen b6. So queen e6 check, probably he has to go to either b5, in which case queen b3 check and we repeat again, or king d3, queen b3 check, king e4. Okay, that's a good try. That's probably a mistake by me. So after king d3, we probably have to go queen d5. So queen e6 check, king d3, queen d5 check. This is probably a stalemate pass. Sorry, a perpetual check pass. Again, queen check there, check there, check. Here, check. Yeah, the bishop is really helpful. Check here. Check. There, check. 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 Hey Smoke, what's up? Oh, the bishop is really helpful. It covers not just squares over this, close to this pawn, also close to this pawn. Yeah, I think queen e6 seems to lead to a perpetual, but I didn't calculate everything, of course. It's probably easy to discard other lines first, like queen a4, king d5. We can discard that already. Queen a6, king d5 again. So anything that allows king d5, out of the question. So only queen e6 or queen e4. Okay, perpetual, thanks for your help. And thank you. Queen e4 is a very decent alternative to queen e6. Queen e4, because if king b5, queen b7. So queen e4 might be simpler. Because if king b3, queen b1, and we're already repeating, or maybe we're checkmating. Yeah, queen e4 seems a really decent alternative. Queen e4, if king b5, queen b7, and that's a much simpler perpetual than queen e6. Queen e6, king d3, queen b3, king e4. Again, Pepe. Again, after queen e6, king d3, I have to go queen d5. Queen d5, king e2, queen e4, king f2, queen c2, king g1, queen h2, king f1. I'm playing with fire there. It's very complicated, but queen e4 might be simpler. Yes, queen e4 in the first place. I don't get it. I don't get it. Where does he escape from the checks? Okay, if he escapes from the checks, we're toasted because he's promoting, but where is he escaping? So I tried the two obvious. I'm trying to select one from the non-obvious ones. They all allow him to approximate to our bishop. Okay, let's try random ones. Oh my. I don't get this at all. Yeah, I wanted queen a6 check, and then bishop g7. If he promotes, I go to h7. I have too many messages. Ah, okay, no, they are answering my teammate. Perfect. So I tried all the checks already, and I don't see any perpetual idea. Same as this. Thanks for the follow. Okay, I'm gonna try a crazy move here. That's not it. Wow. I'm clueless here. Stockfish level stuff. Yeah. I mean, I think I tried all the checks. a6, a4, e4, and e6. I mean, I didn't try queen d5, queen takes c5, and queen b5, but those cannot work because my bishop's still alive. So bishop g7 he promotes. No, but queen a6 I already tried. It's a check. I tried all the checks. I tried all the checks. And then in my mind I tried some other moves like queen takes f3 that cannot work. Or queen e8. I'm really confused. And he has queen. Ah, okay, he doesn't. I'm gonna try all the legal moves. Oh wait, if I fail, I can use the hint, right? The hint says move the bishop. But I tried bishop g7 already, didn't I? I thought I had tried this. And why didn't he promote? Bishop g7. Oh, because I'm white. He cannot. Oh. Oh, I'm so confused. I thought his pawn would promote. I thought his pawn would promote on e8. And of course his pawns promote in the other side of the board. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay, then it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now because we're winning that queen. And what if the queen went to d8? That was the only... Now I'm gonna win his queen with this move, but what would happen if the queen went to d8? Ah, with this other move. Oh, so we were winning the queen always. Amazing. It was a winning puzzle. It was a winning puzzle. If queen d8, queen a4 check and queen d1 check, and we win the queen. And if queen f4, queen a4 check, and we win the queen. About messing with our perceptions, yeah. Okay, knight takes knight seems extremely logical move. It's so logical that this puzzle seems like a 1200 puzzle. Knight takes knight. What is wrong with knight takes knight? I mean, knight takes knight, queen takes queen, knight e7 check, king f8, knight takes c8. Our knight is not trapped because we're threatening a7, but even if it was trapped after rook b8, we had rook c1 and rook takes c7. But it's not trapped, we can just take on a7 if rook b8. The rook is not enough to trap our knight. So knight takes knight. This is too easy of a puzzle. I'm scared. I'm scared, but it is what it is. I mean, the position. Okay, he's trying to trap our knight. Cool. Now rook c1. Chess.com is giving you a break after the last one. Well, now after rook b7, I guess he's not giving a break. He's just saying, okay. The puzzle starts now. I should leave in 5, guys. So rook c1. Okay, he's gonna go bishop f5. That's the basic threat. Because king e8, king d8 is another threat, or king e8, king d7. But those take 2 moves. But bishop f5 is clear. We don't have time for rook c1 and bishop f4 if he goes bishop f5. So we might need to play g4 here, and then if king e8 find rook c1, then if the bishop moves, bishop f4 but king d7. Not quite yet saving the knight. So we play g4, he plays king e8, and it's a pity we don't have knight d6. It's also a pity our pawn cannot reach a6 in time. Or we cannot threaten a7. Interesting. Well, after g4, he has king e8, but he also has bishop a4 to go to d7. So we can prevent bishop f5. Oh, bishop c1, I like that one, fight on board. Bishop c1, that's cute. Yeah. Yeah, that seems to work. There's no way to prevent bishop a3, and no way to defend e7, because if he pushes the c-pawn, our knight is free to go to a defended square. It's not like the knight has too many squares from d6, but yeah, I like the idea. I think that has to be the solution. I don't see any other way to defend the knight. That was cool. That was cool. Fight on board. Thank you. Okay, knight e7 check, king f7, knight e5 check, and black resigns. What? What is this? Another of those puzzles that seem easy and then they're not. So knight e7 check, king g7, rook takes knight check. The king cannot even attack a rook. What? What am I missing here? We're winning a... Does he have any stalemate tricks or something? I don't see them. I don't see them. Whoa. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. King h6, and he has the h5 square. He has the g pawn that can move. Whoa. Rating 800. What? What the fuck, chess.com? What the fuck? Ah. Seriously? Okay, I had to leave in 1 minute, so perfect timing. Okay, guys. I need to do what I need to do now, because I'm playing this chess game in 2 hours and a half. So, yeah, still need to prepare myself. We need to travel. So, I'll let you know how it goes. See you tomorrow, probably. Bye-bye.